Yo, good morning. How the hell are you? Back here again and again with another video for your eyes so they can see, you know what I mean? That's what eyes are for, they look at things. So if you're looking at this video, how the hell are you? Today I wasn't going to make this video. Well, I was going to, but I wasn't going to make it today because, well, to be honest with you, I completely forgot that today is the 15th. And DJI has dropped a bit of a bombshell on the world. Well, not really the whole world, mainly on GoPro's world, because they have come out with a new action camera that, from what I've seen so far, I haven't watched DJI's video of it yet, but from what I've seen so far, is really gonna help, really gonna hurt GoPro's sales, I think. So what we're gonna do today, I'm gonna watch the video and I'm gonna bring up the tech specs. You know, obviously being a GoPro user, a GoPro Hero 7 user as well, I'm just going to give my thoughts and opinions on, you know, this new camera that DJI has made and how it stacks up with the GoPro Hero 7. Obviously, I don't have the DJI camera because I don't know, I'm not a big YouTuber or a big photographer that gets thrown cameras. I have to pull out of my own ass to get this shit. But it doesn't mean I can't give my thoughts and opinions. Being someone who's used GoPros for a very long time, being someone who uses action cameras quite regularly, I'm just going to give my thoughts and opinions on it, and hopefully it helps you guys, you know, potentially either go push yourself to go get a DJI camera or stay with GoPro. But yeah, so let's jump into the video that DJI has posted about the Osmo Action. Alrighty, so that was the DJI Osmo Action trailer. Obviously I didn't use the whole thing for like copyright reasons, and I just cut the most important parts, of which I think that they're showing in the trailer. If you guys do want to watch the whole trailer, obviously I'll link it in the bio below. But yeah, so let's dive into some of the key parts about this camera and why I think it's pretty goddamn good. The goodies about this camera. Well, straight off the bat, dual screens. It's sort of the perfect vlogging camera and holiday camera for newbies. You know, having that front-facing screen, you're going to be able to it's going to be perfect for people who are looking to find a small camera for holidays and they want to vlog their trip. Having that ability to see exactly what you're looking at and exactly what's behind you when you're like having the camera face the front of you is perfect. Gives it a huge tick against the GoPro. Straight off the bat, huge tick against the GoPro. 4K high dynamic range video is another tick in the Osmo's corner. Having a camera that's going to be able to pick up low light and have so much dynamic range is just perfect. It is going to be absolutely amazing, especially, like I said, for people buying their first camera or someone buying a perfect holiday camera. This thing is just ticking all the boxes. The rock steady, which is it's pretty much just DJI's return serve to GoPro's Hyper Smooth. It's going to do the exact same thing as what the Hyper Smooth does. So it is going to crop the image that you were shooting. So it is going to be a bit more zoomed in. And from what I've seen with the views, it does seem to crop in the frame a lot more than what the GoPro Hero 7 does. And it also can shoot at 4K at 60 frames per second. So you can still get that super crisp video at 60 frames per second, but you will obviously have a huge crop on your video sensor. Also does have ultra high definition image quality, just like the GoPro does with its super photo. And you know, the tech specs when it comes to how sturdy the camera is, 11 meters of waterproofing, which is still pretty good. As we jump into slow motion, the Osmo Action can shoot some ridiculously great slow motion, just like the GoPro Hero 7. The Osmo Action can shoot at 1080 at 240 frames per second, so that is your super buttery slow motion greatness that I seem to fucking love. Where it does sort of fall behind from the GoPro, when it's at 2.7K, it can only shoot at 60 frames per second, where the GoPro Hero 7 can shoot 120 frames per second at 2.7K. So just a little bit of a difference there, just for quality reasons, but still great slow-mo. Shooting 1080 at 240 frames per second is all you realistically need when it comes to slow motion. Last thing I do want to talk about before, you know, comparing the cameras a little bit in a bit more in depth and my personal opinions, and it's something they don't really mention in the video, and that is the Osmos Action temperature rating. So pretty much the temperatures where they say the camera will perform or won't perform. So on the website it does say that the camera battery will still perform in temperatures of -10, which is an improvement on what the GoPro has to offer, because GoPro doesn't actually offer any temperature rating for their camera in minus temperatures. So just another thing to keep in mind. I guess one of the main questions people do want to know is which camera is best for them. And that really comes down to you as a person and what you are looking to achieve with your camera. If you're someone who is going on holidays, loves a good selfie, loves to, you know, share the moments with their friends, take lots of photos, take lots of videos and stuff like that, and you know, you're not really going to use it for any other purposes, I think this camera definitely is a great choice. Not saying that the GoPro isn't a great option. I just think the GoPro definitely will now just sort of sit on its own in the action sport camera category, because it's purely going to be used for stuff like that. I don't see GoPro losing too much when it comes to like someone buying a camera that is going to be doing a lot of action sports. I do see them losing in the market of people looking for travel cameras. I think it's going to be the perfect travel camera for people, but yeah, I still think the GoPro will be on its own when it comes to you know, extreme action sport. I think GoPro have heavily invested in a lot of athletes around the world, and I don't think DJI will be able to crack into that market, especially in the snowboarding world. Nearly every single snowboarding athlete is with GoPro, so they definitely won't be able to crack that. And then if you can even push that more forward, GoPro do have their cameras in literally every action sport possible. So it'll be interesting to see what DJI does about that, because their camera, when it comes to performing in an action sense, hasn't really taken too much away from what the GoPro can do. The only thing that I can see is that obviously the last thing I spoke about when it comes to temperature. If that is true and the DJI Action camera can work in colder temperatures, seeing as the GoPro doesn't offer any information on that, and I've personally experienced trouble with GoPros when they're cold, it could maybe, but I just don't see it doing it. Another big thing for me, and to why I still will continue to use a GoPro, is purely with the camera grip. I do know DJI do have a lot of other stabilizers for phones, for cameras, for other things. I'm not sure what they're doing with this Osmos camera, if they're going to bring out their version of a camera grip which can adjust to it, or they're just going to back their inbuilt camera stabilization because I think it will work in all temperatures. That'll be an interesting thing to see in the next coming months. Something I'm super excited to see, because if that camera can withstand ridiculously cold temperatures and still have their rock steady working, that would really make me question whether or not I can continue to use GoPros, because I don't ever use the actual, I don't use GoPro's Hyper Smooth when I'm snowboarding. I'll always still use a camera grip. In the comparison of the Rocksteady to the GoPro Hyper Smooth, Peter McKinnon did a great comparison of these two. I'll link his video in the bio below. To continue on with my comparison of the two cameras, when they sort of stack up next to each other with specs, they're both pretty par, like they're both on par quite well. Obviously the Osmos does have that new HDR video, which is a big step in the right direction for action cameras. Seeing as the GoPro does always seem to struggle in lower light conditions. I've always said that GoPros are great cameras when the sun is out shining and it is just beautiful outside. For me, I'm still gonna stick with GoPro. Their products have done well throughout the years. And I guess I'm excited about the next GoPro that will be coming out within the next coming months, I'm assuming. They do seem to drop a new GoPro every single year. So, but besides that, your thoughts and opinions on the DJI OSMO Action would be great. Would be great. Your opinions would be great. Drop them in the comment section below. If you do, I need to work on my review techniques because I suck at it. But besides that, yeah, that is my opinions on the DJI Osmos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.